You wanna go get pizza?
I'm on a budget.
Yeah, right.
Uh-oh. Oh, baby May, look at that. Meow, meow, meow.
Okay, and I also need
I can't look at it.
wheel bearings all the way around for it.
Uh-oh.
That's a payday.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Smokey, you don't like dogs?
I was thinking about bringing a caddy and getting after that fuel pump.
Yeah.
Which caddy? Well, no, back there.
What you gonna do about it, Smokey?
In front wheel drive piece of shit.
So we got a drop sending this on top in the middle.
Fronts and rears.
Probably tear into it, see if there's an access panel.
Where'd that meow meow go, baby Mace? I don't know, but I think he's gonna kill me.
I think the, if I remember it, the thing for the full tank.
Holy.
Yep.
I want to thank Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring today's video. Do you need a new mattress for your home or RV? Brooklyn Bedding's got many sizes to fit both. You get a 120-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. So go to rvmattress.com/CampervanKevin. Use the coupon code CampervanKevin to get 20% off your purchase. All right. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Oh, babies. Hey, everybody. Campervan Kevin here. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, that's right. Me, I'm pretty good. I expect that you will see the video for Brooklyn Bedding with my discount code and everything. For a limited time, you get, instead of 20% off, you get 25% off your purchase. So I haven't upgraded the first part of that. So just know, use the coupon code CampervanKevin and get 25% off, not 20, for a limited time. So what are we doing today? Well, I've been driving Purple's Faster quite a bit the last few days. Well, not the last few days, the last few months. And I'm already doing oil change since I did all that work to it. But I'm having a little bit of an issue. The temperature gauge doesn't rise as the engine heats up. Occasionally, if I'm sitting in traffic, it'll raise up halfway, like it's got a short. So I talked to my buddy Stan down at Stan's Diesel Performance in St. John's. He says, bring it in, and if we can get the parts for it, I'll fix it. He says, it could be several things. So that's what we're doing this morning. Dad, if you go down to Stan's, can I go? Well, where are you going to go if they're working on the car? I'll stay in the car. I'll stay in the car. I don't mind. Well, you want to do that? Yeah, it's better than staying here all the time. What about you, Martini? I go where you go. All right. Suits me. That precious baby May. That precious baby May. She doesn't get much airtime. She does it because of her bully sister. Her bully sister. Yeah, my sweet babies. Makes life worth living. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Come on. Oh, my friend Paul, Felix's friend and mine down in Phoenix, he brought my new ramp up. My friends Frank and Tammy found it at a salvage place. Very heavy duty. was 250. They talked them down to 200. But my problem is, look at that snow still there. My problem is I'm afraid that when I have somebody visit me with a big rig, they're going to hit it and catch that corner and tear it off or something. So I was talking to Paul about it. You babies, come on. Talking to Paul about it. And he said, I'd like to have that for my shop. He said, I'll build you a wood one and bring it up. I said, well, how about let's trade? So I may or may not be keeping that one. Come on, Slowpoke, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ooh-wee. Her ears. I don't know if you watched my live stream last night. I was talking about we're out here playing, walking around while they're hunting mice and stuff. And anyway, I was walking around outside out here, and a neighbor saw me from the road. They were walking and exercising, and they came over to where me and the babies were at. They come over to where me and the babies were at, and you know, I keep a close eye on them, but there's bushes and rocks and grass and everything like that. Well, I looked away for just a second. Tucker, what are you doing back there? I love purples faster. Well, I'm glad you love it, but don't love it that much. This thing is great. Well, anyway, I called her, couldn't find her. I said, guy's name's Frank. All my friends up here, his name's Frank. I said, Frank, hold on. Started calling her. Couldn't find her. 30 seconds goes by, a minute goes by, 2 minutes go by. Now I'm starting to panic. Come down here to the house. She's sitting on the porch. I was clapping, doing everything, you know. So I just thought it was a fluke. But I mean, it's pretty smart of her. It's pretty smart of her to just go to the house when she couldn't find me. But no further than what she was, I thought she'd have came back to me. So the next day, we walk out here to the cliff edge. I'm gonna show them something, babies. There's my seat. So Martini was down there hunting. It's too windy to tell my story. Drive up close to it. Normal voltage. So I knew she was busy, and the other two were right here. Well, I had to take a leak, and I don't want to pee in front of, you know, the whole world. I'm a little modest. Went over here to this tree and took a leak. Well, Martini, she must have missed me because I stand there and watch her while she hunts, and she's always checking with me. Well, when I come up here to take a leak, that's right, I pee in my yard. It's like a man's supposed to. I'm polite and private about it. But if you can't pee in your own yard, you don't have enough land. No one's going to see it from the highway, the road. Probably won't be able to see it from the purple tiny house, but that's another thing. So anyway, she came up, and she stopped right here, and I was standing right there, and she didn't see me. And she looked. And she looked left and she looked right. And I said, Martini, I'm right here, baby. And she froze. And she's going to head back to the purple tiny house. But that's not what she did. She took off running this way, looking for me. So I said, I'm going to see where she goes. And the whole time I was clapping my hands and saying her name and everything. And I was about 10, 15 feet behind her. And she ran clear over there, probably 200 or 300 feet. That direction. The whole time, me behind her clapping and everything. And she heard me, but she couldn't pick up the direction. So when she stopped, I reached down and grabbed her, which scared her. I got my hands on her, and she was, you know, she was so happy to see me and everything. You know, I don't know if she could have backtracked, you know, or used her scent or whatever, because she's not very familiar with that property over there. We don't go that far that way very often. And you can see how tall this grass is, right? And Martini, she's probably 8 inches at her head when she's standing up, so there's no way she could see over that. Well, it really scared me. So I took her to the vet, took her over to Despain's in Snowflake, Arizona. One of my most favorite people in the world. One of the reasons I'm here, because he's just a great vet, and I need great care for my babies. That's really truly played a lot in my, okay baby May May's pawing at me. One of the reasons that that I'm here. Anyway, now you don't want me to hold you. Okay. So anyway, he checked her ears, and both of her ears were infected and swollen shut. The whole tube swollen shut. So anyway, I got some medicine for her, and she's on her 4th day of antibiotics. She catches ear infections from time to time. She's 11. But it scared me so bad, y'all, I have ordered some Samsung, I know Apple calls them AirTags. They also call them tiles. The Samsung has their own brand, and if you have a Samsung phone, you can use them. So they're on the way. I'm going to put a locator on these dogs. They're kind of big for Yorkies. Tucker won't care, but the other two may have an issue with it. But I'm not going to lose my baby like that again. It scared her, it scared me. Alright, I got to get this thing to St. John's, down the stands. We'll see you in a minute. So like I said, it's running great. My brakes on? Oh, no, it's power. That's where my temperature hand, excuse the dust, that's where my temperature hand stays no matter how far I drive it. And sometimes when I park, it'll go up halfway. And I just can't risk losing this engine if I overheat or something. I need to know if I have a leak or bust a radiator hose. I need to know that it's too hot and I have to cut it off. You'll never drive your car when it's hot. Ever, 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 ever. You won't drive it far. It's nice being home. Felix's chair blew over last night. Just horrible winds here. My solar guy thought he'd be here yesterday, but he wasn't. Let's get out of here. Just a little hole in the wall down here in St. John's. Stan's Auto Diesel Performance. I've had a bunch of people that were traveling through the area that had car problems, and sent them down here to Stan's Diesel. They treated them right. I'm just saying. Y'all know how hard it is to find a good mechanic, right? I got one. They're rare as hen's teeth. I got one. He's good and he's honest. So what's the problem here?
That right there.
Oh, I see where it's loose.
Give it a little twist, tighten it up maybe. Nope, ain't gonna tighten up.
Does it unplug right there?
Yeah.
So you could tighten, you could maybe pinch it.
If you try and pull that out of there, it may just pull the whole spade connector right off.
All right, well, it ain't working. We don't have nothing loose, do we? Everybody, this is my buddy Stan down here in St. John's, Arizona. He's been on the show before.
Yeah, guess what?
Broke.
I just broke it.
Well, can we just crimp a wire without the that fancy connector? Or solder a wire on?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Need to know, when the temperature's up too much in case I blow a hose or something. But since you fixed this, Stan, this thing runs like a Singer sewing machine.
Sweet. I'm pleased you're happy with my work. I try and
And you've helped out a bunch of my fellow travelers out here.
I did take care of some of your friends, yes, sir.
Yeah, they like you about as much as I do.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, right?
Right. Well, there she sits. There's the problem, guys.
I want to nose it in over there and break out my soldering iron. And
all right. Don't let the babies bite you. So,
Hey, I left my number in there.
Stan said his car is getting a CAT scan. This is Smokey, the shop cat. Hey, buddy. Meow. Meow. What's your diagnosis on the CAT scan here on this Geo Tracker? I do like cats. Just can't travel with them. I wouldn't mind having some barn kitties around the house. If I get too attached to them, couldn't travel. Sweet buddy. Don't get me too bad. Don't get me too bad. Ooh, look at them claws. Better catch the mousies around here with, huh?
That's what I do. That's it. It changes every 5,000 miles.
So Stan's gonna solder that piece in instead of replacing that clip. We never would find one if we tried. But he was telling me some very interesting things about Ford V10s. And a lot of my viewers have those Ford V10s, and he just told me something I didn't know about. You're telling that the Ford V10s are sludge monsters?
they will build sludge when you least expect it.
And I'm guilty of what you told me not to do.
Old couple of my customers of mine,
Yeah.
V10.
I've had 4 of them. I love them.
All they did with this thing was drive it from the house to church and from the house to the grocery store.
Okay.
And of course they weren't diligent with their oil changes, and there's no oil change regimen for that kind of abuse.
Right.
They brought it in here, we put it in that bay. This was 3-4 years ago.
Right.
And I pulled the valve cover off of it, and the rocker arms were just barely visible in the sludge. And this thing had low miles, less than 100,000.
So it was because they didn't get it up to operating temperature, changed the oil right?
The last several years, it never reached operating temperature. Apparently, when they were much younger, they used this truck for towing their RV, which them V10s love. You
Right.
run one of them V10s forever, towing heavy,
They're powerful.
a lot of torque. Yeah.
So me going out there cranking up my RV and letting it run for 20-30 minutes every month or two was...
No, take it for a ride. Take it for a ride. 20-30 minutes at highway speed.
That'll save your V10.
That'll save it. Yep.
Well, thank you for the education, sir.
Of course.
So there you go. Where do you get that kind of advice? A lot of us have the V10s. I've had great service out of mine. Some years are bad about blowing spark plugs. There are not enough threads in the head for the plugs. That hadn't happened to me yet, knock on wood. So when Stan told me that, I said, you know what? I need to share that with my viewers. The more we know. Smoky, that hurts. Ow. 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 Ooh-wee. That's me under there. That's me in there.
Listen to this one.
That's me under there. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Stan wasn't able to solder that piece. What's it called? What's that sensor called? Temp switch?
Coolant temperature sending unit.
So he wasn't
It's not
able
a sensor, it's a sender.
Sender. Okay. So he wasn't able to solder the old wire on, but he had one laying around.
The material, the metal that was made out of was incompatible with solder.
Okay. So
Do that on purpose.
he put a new one in it. Okay, babies. Stan's got us all taken care of. I like Stan. You do, Martini? Yeah, he's honest. He's an honest feller. Baby May. Martini's going to bite you. You keep trying to give her sugars. Yeah, I like Stan too. I almost bit him when he got in the car though, when you wasn't here. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. You're doing your job. That's an honest man. Good fella. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. Getting a little bit of mechanic work done. You got to keep your equipment in good shape. You got to keep your cars in good shape. If you don't, it's going to cost you more money in the end. But I want to end this little video. I got to end it somewhere. I'm going to where? Right here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Hey, we'll see you again soon. And you guys take care. And as always, what? I give God the glory for my life. Jesus Christ, He's my Lord and Savior. All right. See you next video. Bye.